What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna talk about null. Null is coming very soon, and this guy is absolutely going to change the game in everywhere, pretty much everywhere, let's be honest. But most importantly than all, it's going to be the arena meta. This guy is going to shake the things up maybe a little bit too much, where it's going to shut down a bunch of your characters. So if you don't have null unlocked, this might really compromise the amount of power cores that you're going to be able to obtain from arena, because not having this guy will really shut down most of the teams that are meta right now. So keep that in mind. So in this video we are going to address why null is going to be so impactful for the arena meta, why this is going to cost you probably thousands of power cores within the upcoming weeks until you unlock null yourself. And we're also going to talk about which characters you should prepare in order for you to get ready for this new arena meta and deal with null. We don't know yet about Professor X, but it seems like Professor X is going to be able to pair up with null quite well, and some of the other characters that we're also going to mention. So keep that in mind. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Who's going to be an absolute boss is going to be null, and we can see why right away on his passive. His passive is going to counter right away a bunch of the characters that are now meta in arena, and this is going to be a huge problem. This starts with this darkness effect that we have right here. So on spawn we have a defense up and darkness to an enemy with the highest damage. Usually this is going to be Odin, because he's the one with the highest damage right now. And characters with darkness, they will have their damage reduction lowered, which Odin has damage reduction. We have extra damage as well. This is going to be to counter Apocalypse, and Apocalypse gives extra damage to everyone, and also extra resistance. This extra resistance comes from Super Scroll. So right away Odin is already soft countered a little bit on his passive because of the damage reduction and resistance, and then we have the extra damage that comes from Apocalypse. So yeah, that's already problematic when it comes to null, right? Okay, so on top of that, when you apply darkness, and once again this effect cannot be resisted, it's gonna be a big deal. The darkness characters, you're gonna get speed for each character with darkness up to 50%. So null and all symbiote allies, they are going to be very fast. Is there any symbiote ally that you want to pair up with null? Yes, there is. There is Gore the God Butcher. Gore the God Butcher was not like that great in the past, but now with all these extra buffs that null is going to give to him, extra speed and extra piercing damage, this guy is going to be way more deadly and at the same time provide more utility because he's going so much faster. So in the past, if you had him as a raider, I think that's going to be the best option for him for sure. Moving on, we have that null also has assist chance, so you always want to have Gore on your team to cancel the enemy Odin from assist, but at the same time, if you are facing some other situation with assist, Old Man Logan for example, then those assist chances, they are also cancelled, while yours is not, right? You have assist chance as well, but that means that the opponents, they will have to use Gore as well. Even if they don't have null, they need to use Gore, otherwise they're going to be absolutely destroyed. This character cannot gain trauma, this character cannot gain stun, this character cannot gain slow, so that array shuts down the ultimate from Apocalypse, shuts down the empowered ability from Mephisto, and guess what? Enemies cannot get empowered anyway, so you cannot do the Falcon Punch for 60% with Apocalypse, and you can also not use the abilities from Mephisto that drains your health by 50%, or the ones that you get safeguard on everyone, defense up, offense up, and whatever, and at the same time you're applying defense down and slow and whatever to the enemy team. So all of that is absolutely shut down. Mephisto and Apocalypse, it's over for them. So right away We have null canceling out Old Man Logan. We have also canceling out Odin, Apocalypse, and Mephisto. So this is gonna be a huge deal, absolutely huge deal, because, well, what can I do? Let's be honest, what can I do now? Your team is way faster, and you are going to absolutely destroy them before they even have the chance of attacking. Okay, let's talk about the null ultimate, because this is going to kind of tell you which other characters you want to pair up with this guy. So we already know that null and gore will go very, very fast, and null has his ultimate available turn 1. Attack all enemies, apply slow, trauma, and darkness to each target. That means that right away you're gonna get 50% speed, no questions asked, right? And I'm not sure if this is gonna scale with this one as well, with this extra 10% speed, because that would make 60% speed, which is even more wild. Okay, anyway, if this character does not have exhaust, clear battlefield effects on the enemy side and apply the enveloping darkness battlefield effect. And the enveloping darkness will flip immunities and apply extra darkness. Remember that with each extra darkness you get, the mind control damage is going to be higher and higher and higher. This does not exactly affect Odin, because Odin does less damage to allies, but still, because the damage is increasing based on the darkness, and he's the first guy to get darkness, it gets to a point then the Odin basic effect to protect allies will be nullified. On enemy turn end, apply slow to those characters, so it's gonna take a lot longer for Odin and whatever to take their turns. And this battlefield effect lasts until it cleared, usual stuff. But once again, we have null going super fast and starting off with his ultimate and applying all these darknesses. Which character benefits of using ultimates early? Let's be honest, is it Gore? Gore definitely benefits as well, but it's the Shadow King. So Shadow King is going to be probably the third character that you want on your team to deal with null and empowered even more null's abilities, because Shadow King is going to spread negative effects and clap really hard. This guy is gonna clap hard in arena. He's already clapping in arena, but I think he's still going to be part of the arena meta with null, unlike Apocalypse, unlike Shadow King, unlike Odin, and unlike Mephisto. So those three are out. Shadow King is going to be his main stage now, his arena. Okay, going back. We have the Mephisto special. So with the Mephisto special, he's going to copy positive effects and negative effects, everything to himself, then he's going to heal up, then he's going to apply more darkness to the enemies. Remember that when you apply this darkness, they are going to get mind controlled like zombie Iron Man and attack each other, and you win, right? You are using the enemy's powers against themselves, and that's like the best thing ever, right? Because even if your null is 4 stars, that's going to be enough, because you are using the enemy's damage against themselves, and that's really great. Okay, in terms of that, we also have that you can summon a Carnage minion, and this Carnage minion, yes, is going to give more speed bar when your enemies drop their health. So same effects that we have with the normal Carnage. This guy is going to have safeguard and defense up, just to make sure that he doesn't die right away, especially when you have null at low stats. And finally, we have null basic, which has another mind control, and once again it increases the damage on the mind control based on how many darknesses you have to a total of 200, which once again 200% base damage. That is going to completely nullify the Odin mechanic to protect their allies. So as you guys can see, this guy is going to be an absolute menace. Apocalypse shut down because he cannot get empowered. Mephisto shut down because he cannot get empowered. Odin and Old Man Logan cannot assist. Damage reduction from Odin is gone, and that will bring the new Age of Darkness. Age of Darkness that will be with Shadow King, with this guy, with Gore, and with Null. Now, we have space for 2 characters. If our opponents do not have Null, that's fine. You can still use Mephisto if you want. You can still use Apocalypse or Odin. If your enemies do not have null, you can pretty much use whatever. Null, Gore, Shadow King, plus 2 characters, it doesn't really matter who. But if your opponents have null, then it's a different story. Then you have to make sure that you're using Emma Frost. Yes, Emma Frost. I think she's going to be part of the arena meta because she cancels the speed of non-mythic enemies. And guess who's a non-mythic enemy? Well, it's null. So this means that Emma Frost is going to be part of the meta when it comes to arena. And because we are talking about Shadow King, guess what? Who's great with Shadow King? It's Emma Frost. If Shadow King dies, the Empowered will jump to Emma Frost, the Possession will jump to Emma Frost, and then you have 2 characters that can use the Possession, right? So those are 4 characters that I'm 100% sure that they're going to be arena meta, especially as it evolves and more people start to unlocking null. Now, which is going to be the 5th character? Well, she's X-Men, right? Guess who's going to be X-Men as well? It's Professor X. So until Professor X arrives, you can use Apocalypse, you can use Mephisto, you can use Odin, you can use whoever, probably or preferably characters that use their ultimate turn 1, or just Gladiator or Lalandra might be good as well. But as soon as Professor X shows up, I think that you want to use Professor X with Emma Frost because they are both X-Men. She's going to give speed bar to him, she's going to give barrier to him, she's going to give a bunch of things to him, not only Shadow King, and because of that, that's going to be the next arena meta. And I'm not sure, is it going to be more fun? Is it going to be better than what we have now? I'm not exactly sure. What I know for sure is that null is going to absolutely dominate the future of arena with Professor X or without. I think it's going to be with, I think they're going to be great together, but we'll see, guys. So that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think about this insight into null and its viability in arena and the fact that it's going to absolutely shut down everything? Are you concerned about your power cores? Have you been saving your power cores since this is going to change, and probably it's going to cost you thousands of power cores? We'll see how impactful this is going to be, but we'll be live on YouTube and on Twitch whenever it happens, where then you unlock null and test him right away to see if my ideas were right about the new arena meta. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you found the video helpful, make sure to share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more mouse tech first content, and I'll catch you guys later.